this is Karen Whooley, and I am so excited to be here with you this week. I apologize for last week. Last week I was taking a class. I'm still taking the class, but last week it was so intense that I just could not even focus on recording a video, and it was just weird. So this week I'm back. I'm so excited. I have lots to share. It's going to be a little bit shorter than normal because I am still taking this class, and so that's taking a lot of time. But I do want to let you guys know that I am here for you, and I will be for the next few weeks anyway. So welcome. It's been crazy. We've had crazy weather. It's just been nuts. Now, I also want to let you know if I am talking way too fast, I apologize. I am not feeling all that great this week. It started yesterday with sinus headaches, and I'm just praying that I don't come down with something. So if I start coughing or anything like that, just bear with me. Okay, so let's talk about what's new in the studio. Okay, so I only have one thing to share. I know it's been 2 weeks, but there really hasn't been much to share. The only thing that is new is this book called The Sock Project by Summer Lee. It's an awesome book. If you're a knitter, this book is for you. She's a sock knitter, so if you're just a crocheter, I apologize, but I love knitting socks as much as I love crocheting socks. And Summer Lee is one of my favorite authors when it comes to crocheting or knitting socks. Sorry. In fact, the mermaid socks that I showed you a couple weeks ago are her pattern. And what I love about her patterns are that she teaches along with, just giving you the pattern. She's got a lot of step outs if it's a special stitch, like the mermaid stitch. And that's what she's done in this book. This book has 25 patterns, 5 different heels, cuff down socks, toe up socks, and tips on sizing and fit. And she also talks about care of your socks. She talks about how to do color work, how to measure your socks so that you don't make them too long or too short, all sorts of stuff. And she's got amazing patterns, everything from color work to just vanilla to textures, stripes, polka dots. I love these polka dots. I have to show. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's the polka dot socks. I love those. So if you're a sock knitter, I highly recommend this. I got mine on Amazon. I'll make sure I put it in my Amazon show notes today. But this is the only thing that's new in the studio. Actually, that's not really true. I did get a bunch of yarn last week. I cannot show it to you yet. I am working on my own book in the next month or so. I'm going to start it. I'm so excited. I can't show it to you yet. Even though I'm self-publishing it, I don't want to show it just yet because I don't want it to get out quite yet what's going on. But I can share that I am going to start working on a book. I'm so excited to do that. So those are going to be shown, probably you'll see them in a few weeks here, maybe in black and white rather than in color. I probably won't show you the first few things that I do. It'll be closer to when the book is released that I'll start talking about what the topic of the book is. This one's going to be interesting too because I'm planning to have more patterns than I've ever had before in a book. So there's that. And then there's also the fact that I am going to, I'm considering this right now. I'm thinking about having it spiral bound rather than what they call perfect bound, which is like this without a spiral. Because this is the type of book where you're going to be learning as well. And it'd be easier to be able to fold it like this so that you can have just one page, or you can lay it flat in front of you, or that kind of thing. So stay tuned. I'm considering that. It may not be 100%, but that's what I'm considering. Okay, so let's talk about my projects. Okay, so last time I was with you guys, I was showing you the baby blanket that I was working on for my daughter's best friend who's due with her son at the end of next month, end of March. So I've got a month or so before she's due. I did finish it. Let me grab it. Okay, so here it is. All the ends are woven in. I still need to steam it. I still need to block it a little bit and add a little tag to it, but it's done. So here is, I'm going to back up a little so you guys can see this. So you can see that the stripes are vertical. Even though I worked it horizontally, it is shorter on the vertical edge than it is on the horizontal edge. And I did that on purpose because if I would have worked it on the short edge, it would have taken me so much longer to finish. And I'm really excited. I was really excited to get this done as quick as possible so I could get it steamed and blocked and out to her before the baby arrives. If I would have done it the other way with all the other projects that I'm doing, it would have taken me forever. So I want to show you there's an edging there. It's got spike stitches, and I have a specific pattern for the spike stitches. And for those of you who might want to know, I will be releasing this as a pattern. I'm going to actually be making this again for my niece who's also due, but I'm going to do different colors. And when I do hers, I am going to probably write the pattern and make corrections and things like that that make the pattern easier to read than what I did. It'll still look like this. It'll probably be different colors, but it will be much easier to do because I just have chicken scratch right now. So anyway, so I'm excited that this is done. I'm so excited. So there we go with that. The other thing I've been working on, and all of you know that I have right now going on the Stitch of the Month Crochet Along. Sign-ups were before Christmas, or actually before the end of the year, and our group has started. We're on the second month, and I finally was able to sit down and do some of the squares. Now, for some reason, January square, I only got 3 of the 4 done. I'm doing a baby size Afghan, so there's only 4 squares for each one. I only got 3. In fact, this morning I started number 4 to make sure I get number 4 done. And then here's February squares. I've got all 4 of February squares done. I don't know what happened with January, but I want to let you guys know too, I'm having fun with this. But the way this works is that every month a stitch drops for 9 months. So you get 9 stitches. You make however many squares depending on what size blanket you choose. I give you an option for the baby blanket, which is what I'm doing, is 4 squares of each color or of each stitch. And then there's this child / toddler size, and then there's an adult size, and each one obviously more squares depending on how big you want to make it. Now you're not stuck with that size. You can make it any square size you want. You can make it a perfect square like the baby Afghan, just bigger. You make it lapgan size. You can make it however you want. I just give you 9 stitches to use in it. Mine are all neutral colors. I'm doing that on purpose because I'm videoing them as I make them for each stitch as we drop. I do already have March's done and April's done. Actually, I have all 9 stitches done. I just don't have the extra squares done. But so I'm doing, as I do the videos, I'm doing 1 square and then we go. But the reason I'm telling you all of this is because in June or July, I'm going to be reopening this program. And I'm hoping that some of you who might be interested in doing it would be interested in signing up. It's going to be a little bit less than what it was at the beginning of, or at the end of the year, because the only part you won't be getting is the live streams with me. So, but you can still do the project with us. You can still get involved in the group and that kind of thing. The live streams were a bonus for the people who signed up right away. So that's what I'm working on. I'm also working on my son's Gilmore Girls project. So that is something that's happening as well. I didn't bring it upstairs because last week's square was a doozy. I'm still working on it. I just got this week's pattern yesterday, and so it's still all, I've still got the ring on it and all that stuff. So I didn't want to bring it upstairs because I'd have to take it all apart, and I don't want to do that quite yet. So hopefully next week I'll be able to show you what's going on there. Okay, so that's what I'm working on. And let's move on to topic of the week. Okay, so for the topic of the week, it's not going to be a how-to this time. It's going to be a plea for help. I told you before I'm taking a class, and the class that I'm taking has well, ever since the end of the year, I've been rethinking a lot of things that I've been doing. I'm a one-woman show. I eventually want to hire somebody to help me with social media and maybe my newsletter and things like that. But right now, I am just a one-woman show. I do everything. You order books, I package them and ship them to you. You order, when I do a stash sale, you order and I ship it and I package it all. I make sure everything's right and I ship it. I have no one to help me. I used to have kids at home that used to help with stuff like that. Not anymore. I have to do my own inventory now, everything. So I am rethinking a few things. You know, as we get older, things change in our lives. I have a grandson now. I have, you know, my husband's getting close to retirement, you know, that kind of thing. So that's one of the reasons why I'm taking this class with Amy Porterfield. It's called Subscribed. It's actually a boot camp. And I am learning about, you know, increasing, you know, my footprint as far as my newsletter is concerned. And I'm not going to get into that. But one of the things she talks about is how we really need to narrow down our niche. And you guys know, especially those of you who've been around my YouTube channel for a while, a lot of you are new, so you probably don't realize this unless you start looking. But you'll see that I have live streams and I have interviews. And I have pre-recorded podcasts now, and I have videos of help for patterns, and I have a couple of shorts out there, and things like that. So I've been all over the place with this YouTube channel. And one of the things this class has made me realize is that I need to focus on one channel, or two channels actually, because not all of my followers are here on YouTube. So because crochet is such a visual medium, I am focusing on Instagram and I'm focusing on YouTube. YouTube's going to be my primary. Instagram's going to be there as well, though. If you are a follower of mine on Facebook, I apologize. The page will remain, but starting in March, I am no longer going to be posting there regularly. So if you're following me on Facebook, make sure you switch over to Instagram, or just make sure you're following me here. I'm not going to say anything on the general public there. You're just going to notice it's going to be a static page that doesn't change. I really need to focus on where my people are, and most of you are on Instagram or on YouTube. So that's where we're going to go. But what I'm going to do with this podcast is I'm going to change it up a little bit. I have not liked the format of this from the beginning, and this is only episode 17, so it's kind of weird to say that, but it's not my favorite format. So I'm going to make it more educational at the beginning, and then I'm going to talk about what's going on. If anything I can show you, anything I'm working on, that kind of thing. So we're going to start with the educational piece, and that's going to include the fact that I'm going to embed it also into my blog, so that people who follow my blog can also see these right away when they get posted, or when they get notified that they're live. So that's what's going to happen. So if you are a subscriber to my newsletter, you will notice one little shift where instead of being Tuesdays, I'm going to start releasing on Wednesdays my newsletter, and it's going to be more educational. And I'm going to start segmenting out people who want to know more about patterns and things like that. But that'll be in the newsletter. So if you're a subscriber, make sure you're a subscriber. And just remember that if you're a subscriber to my newsletter, you get 20% off every pattern when I release it. And if you're a subscriber to my newsletter, and when I release my book, it'll probably be sometime early next year, you also get a discount for that. Only newsletter subscribers get the biggest discounts. Social media does every once in a while, but my subscribers get the best because you allow me into your inbox. Okay, so that being said, I have a lot of topics I can talk about. Today I just released a blog post on being a lifelong learner. If you are part of my newsletter, make sure you go read that and comment. I'm so excited because this is the first time in years I have gotten comments on my blog. I mean, I cannot tell you how exciting that is. You'll notice that over the years, I've kind of stopped blogging because no one was responding to me. I felt like I was just posting to the ether, and today people are starting to do things. So I'm going to be utilizing my blog to share these videos and to share my thoughts. But I will still be posting these here on Wednesdays. It's just going to change the format a little bit. So I need from you some help. And that help is, if you have a topic that you would like me to cover that's educational in crochet, stick with crochet. We're not going to talk knitting here. This is all crochet. There are so many knitting teachers out there. That's why I don't design and knit. I do it, but I'm not as well versed in knitting as other people. It took me 30 years to learn to knit from the time I learned to crochet. So I lost 30 years of knowledge that I could have had because it took so long to find somebody who could teach me. But I have been crocheting for 50 years this summer. I learned in 1974 in the summer from my nonna. So I have a lot of knowledge with crochet. So if there is a topic, it can be a technique, it can be something that you just don't know what to do, whether it's a finishing issue, if it's a, crochet hook issue, if it's a, yarn issue, send it to me, leave it here in the comments, or go to my website and use my contact form and send me a note with the topic. Or you can email hello, HELLO, at KarenWhooley.com. That is going to be my support news email from now on. So you can do that, use that as well. And let me know what you want to hear me talk about. I'm doing it on video mostly. Every once in a while, I may skip a week because I'm out of town or I can't. It's a topic that is better in words than just me here just talking to you like I am today. But most weeks I will have a topic that is on the blog here on YouTube, and it's going to have video. It might be my hands showing you and me talking to you, that kind of thing. So anything, gauge, Tunisian crochet, double-ended crochet hooks, changing colors, a technique out there that's new that you want to get my take on, if I've done it, if I want to show a little bit of it, that kind of thing. I'm going to be more educational when it comes to these videos, my blog, and my newsletter. So don't be afraid that I'm going to get rid of patterns, because that's not going to go away. I love to design patterns, especially garments, especially shawls, anything fingering and lace weight, DK weight, sometimes worsted like I'm doing with these squares. I love to design, so that's not going to go away. That'll slow down a little bit because first it's going to slow down because I'm going to be working on a book. But secondly, it's going to slow down a little bit because I want to focus on education. And I really feel like that's what I'm known for. I've always been known for education. So please, please, please leave me a comment today, or you can shoot me an email anytime using my contact form, or hello@KarenWhooley.com, and we can talk about it. Okay, so that's it for this week. I told you it was going to be a shorter one. I'm not feeling well. I can feel it right now that I'm starting to wane, so I'm going to sign off right now. But I had no comments last week because I didn't have a video last week, and I did not get a chance to check the comments, but I know there weren't that many. And also, just so that you know, I will be back next week. It'll probably be in the similar format as this week. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to switch it right away or I'm going to wait till the first video in March, but I will be back next week. I have no classes next week, so I'm very excited about that. Anyway, I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a Karen Whooley follower, a heart of Team Whooleygan. You guys, if you know about Team Whooleygan. People started calling themselves Team Whooleygan several years ago, and it kind of stuck. So I am so glad you are part of Team Whooleygan. Thank you for being here. Love you all. God bless you all, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.